Hey guys, this is the Revolutionary Male. My name is Alex. Welcome back. Today I'm going to go ahead and cover an article from the US Sun entitled Dating Disaster. I was so excited for a first date. Then he accused me of misrepresenting myself in photos. He thought I'd be thinner. Written by Chloe Morgan, published on January 27th of 2022. This is pretty funny. A woman was reduced to tears after her Bumble date fat-shamed her and said she'd misrepresented herself in her profile photos. Brave Kat Burleson from the UK took to TikTok and battled through tears as she explained, pardon me fellas, as she explained how she had just returned home after a spontaneous Bumble date. And then they got a couple of pictures from the from the TikTok video of this woman, and she's not small. That's for sure. Addressing her social media followers, she told how she matched with the guy on the well-known dating app before arranging to go to a bar Kat had been to before. But while she thought they were vibing, her date had a very different perspective. It went pretty well, and at the end of the date, when you're like, are we going to go home together or whatever, he went to the bathroom, came back and said he felt like I'd misrepresented what I looked like in my Bumble pictures. He said that he thought I was going to be thinner in person. This is really hurtful. That's definitely happened one time before. It's really shitty. She went on to say how it was even worse that the guy used it under the guise of being honest. FYI, guys, she says, talking about a woman's body is never just being honest. It's being hurtful, she warned. Yeah, if he said honestly that he thought you were incredibly attractive, that would be really, really hurtful. This is the ridiculous double standard. A woman can go on Bumble and misrepresent what she looks like. She can create a false representation of her and her body and her attractiveness. And then when the man has the audacity to be honest about what he does not like, about what she did, how she misrepresented herself, then he is fat-shaming her. She didn't catfish him, he's fat-shaming her. See how ridiculous this is? And every single man out there who's ever been on a dating app knows and learns relatively quickly how to look out for women like this. And I'll give you some tips. If in their profile all they ever have is pictures of just their face, that's a bad sign. If they are in pictures with a whole bunch of other women and are kind of hiding their body behind these other women or hiding their body under baggy clothes, that's a bad sign. If they are shooting from particular angles, like up top or from the side, like this, that's another sign that they're ashamed of their body and trying to hide how fat they think they are. Because women who are happy with their bodies, as many man who's ever spent any time on a dating app will know, their first picture is going to be them in a fucking bikini. Right? Right. That's the reality here. And the idea that women can just hide who they are and mislead men because men's time and attention and energy and resources don't matter. I mean, this woman is essentially lying. And in certain ways, this is kind of, time grape, attention grape, resource grape, if you know what I mean. Because he didn't consent to give his time, attention, resources, and energy to a woman who looked the way that she looked in reality. So isn't that wrong? Right? It's unreal, the double standard here. Continuing the article. And many of Kat's followers were quick to take to the comment section to warn her that she's better off without him anyway. And I always love that too. You picked this guy. You thought he was great. And now that he did something that you thought was wrong, now he's a shitty guy. He's a crappy guy. He's a terrible guy, and she's better off without him, even though she wanted him in the first place. All right. He's not being honest. He's being intentionally cruel, and I'm so sorry he said that to you. You are beautiful, enthused one commenter. A second penned, well, he represented himself as a decent human being and obviously lied in his profile. I'm so sorry this happened. You deserve so much better. Dating apps have made it okay for people to treat other people like a product rather than a person. They need to be canceled, period. Meanwhile, a third commented, you dodged a bullet. Keep looking for the good one, while a further added, girl, those better be tears of anger. That boy was not man enough for you, and he wasted your time. See how this all goes back to sign language? I believe I've mentioned sign language before, and I've got this from, I think I heard this from Kevin Samuels. Sign language is shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right, as demonstrated perfectly here. All of that is shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. Shaming him for having his own preferences, insulting him by calling him a boy, saying he's not man enough, saying he lied in his profile by claiming to be a decent human being when he expressed himself honestly, and the need to be right. Well, you're better off without him anyway. Continuing the article. In other dating news, wait a minute, I guess that's the end. And fellas, I'm not going to show you the picture of this woman. Let's just say that I can describe her to you. And if you were interested enough to go find her, it won't be hard because I gave you everything that you would need to do so. And I most likely will put the article in the description below. She's got pink hair. She is obese. She has black rimmed glasses, which aren't necessarily ugly. Her eyebrows don't match her hair color. In these pictures they have in the Sun article, she kind of looks like a fat man, honestly, if I'm being perfectly honest. And she's got a tattoo written all across this neck. Ooh, sorry, I didn't mean to hit the mic. It's all really right up in here. I can't tell what it says because it's backwards in the picture. But you know, she's not a model. Let's put it that way. And I say this as a man who am not particularly attractive myself. I mean, I'm an average looking guy. I'm lucky because I'm tall. I'm like 6 feet 1 inches tall. But I'm like gangly. I know that. I got a big nose, big ears, whatever. There are plenty of women out there who would look at my profile if I were on a dating app, look at my profile and reject me immediately. It's no big deal to us men. But women know at a fundamental level that their primary agency in the world, their primary power in the world is their sexual attraction to men, whether or not men find them desirable. And so it drives them absolutely crazy when they lose the leverage in that scenario that she obviously did, because this man had the audacity, the courage, he wasn't thirsty enough. He wasn't sexually thirsty enough to lie to this woman and just go home and have sex with her. Which in certain ways I can find actually respectable. He did the relatively decent thing by telling her the truth. And as we all know, generally speaking, women condition the men in their lives to lie to them because they don't like to hear the truth. So unfortunately, this woman was hurt by the truth and decided to go on to TikTok and blast this guy for it. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. This won't be, there's another story that's kind of similar to this that I think I'm going to cover that happened in New York City. And that one's even crazier. I'm not even going to get into it now. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. It's a shorter video. Again, my name is Alex. This has been The Revolutionary Male. If you enjoyed the video, please go ahead and hit the like button, leave a comment below. If you have any stories or articles or anything you want to send me, you can go ahead and do so at therevolutionarymale@gmail.com. Again, my name is Alex. This is The Revolutionary Male, and I have to really get better at ending these videos, I have to say. It's not great. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.